what you said that, hey, Dr. Kaushik, I'm interested in cognition part, right? So you're going to come over here to that. Now you're going to only go to the paper, like full text, only when you know what you want. We decided what we wanted. What's happening, contact sport, what's going to happen to them with when they come to you with concussion, and you're mainly looking at cognitive behavior, and you already have hypothesis and things that you know about what could happen to their cognition. Does it make sense? Then you're going to come over here and you're going to look for the fact where they've spoken about cognition, right? Let us see over here. Here you go. You have a section on cognition, and they will have citations as references, right? And then you're going to read those papers. If they have ever referenced a RCT, right, you are going to use that RCT, right? RCT is the highest level of evidence, which says, you have a randomized controlled trial, and you're going to go ahead and read it. So Saket, in this RCT, here they have examined screen time use, right?
Yes, sir.
And then they spoke a little bit about those metrics, and that is why they made a claim based on the highest level of evidence that they had, right? This is your SLR. Did that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So what did we cover so far? And I hope that you guys have it in your notes, your top 3 conditions. Then you went to PubMed, then you entered the condition name, and then you went ahead and did the activity of reading. Now, when you read this article, right, you're going to learn about the specific condition. What is there in the field, what experts are talking about, and what they want you to care about. Okay, now let me go. Is this clear? Any doubts so far on how to read the paper? Okay, so you're going to, what you did was you went to PubMed, you had your top 3, topics or top 3 patients that you're seeing in your clinical practice. For Saket, he told it was head injury. And then when he said head injury, there were a lot of papers we saw, right? And then we went a little bit more specific. We said traumatic head injury. And in that traumatic head injury, we decided, I did not know enough about the topic. So I came here. It was more important to me that I looked at only papers within the first 5 years, because that will be more recent. Then I came to this filter over here, and I selected systematic review. And once I did the search based on that, I looked at topics in a broad sense, and I saw what was more interesting to me. And once I found a topic that was interesting, I had like an idea in my head. It showed me what I had an idea in my head on what should really be the case. And then I wanted to learn more, and I specifically read that section in the systematic review that will give me more context. Does it make sense? That's how I do topics which I have no idea about. I have zero idea. Like, I don't know what's happening in traumatic brain injury. In my head, I would tell my patient to go take rest. Now I'm not going to tell my patient to take rest. I'll be like, please do aerobic exercise, right? Your evidence-based medicine. Now, that's how you come up with a topic and ideas, right? And I'll teach you a little bit more on how to do a more simpler study, right? This was how you read the paper. Do you take citations into account when selecting the systematic review? Yes. It depends on the study. I would go with, if the SLR has good number of citations, yes, it means that it's good. Either you take citations, or I would try to look for experts, because since I'm mostly in rare disease, they don't have as many citations anyway. So I typically look for, experts. Yes. What?